Hi, it's Nat at Black Cat Crafts. Today we have day number 2 of the 13 days of the Spellbinders Craftoween. This is what we have. We have the little raven sitting on the little skull with his little top hat and his little monocle. So we're going to do a card using this die set. And I have made this one. So I've just done a little embossing folder. I've got the little raven on the skull and we're going to make that one. So what I have to make this, I've got a grey card base. Use your measurements. So this is 5 7/8 by 8 1/4, and then I've just scored down the middle at 4 1/8. That's our base. Then I've done a border for the white card to then sit on top. So the orange border I've done is 5 1/2 by 3 7/8. I've not written anything down today. And then the white card base, I have done 5 3/8 by 3 3/4. So we're going to work with our white piece first, and again, you know, just use what you've got. I am using a couple of stamps from a Stampin' Up card set, which I've put away for some reason. Oh, there it is. This one is Hallow's Night Magic, and I'm using the spiders from that. And I'm going to be stamping those in Smoky Slate. This is a Stampin' Up ink. So I'm going to do my spiders first. So we're just going to pop some spiders on, big ones and little ones. Just randomly. Pin those on there. I'll do some over there as well. I'll have some little ones. Got the house to myself at the moment, so I am taking advantage of the quiet. Dogs are snoozing downstairs until somebody walks past the house or they hear somebody in the garden. Okay, so just pop that over there for a minute. So we've done our card base. With that, I'm going to run it through an embossing folder. And I am using the Cobwebs 3D embossing folder, again, Stampin' Up. So I am going to pop that through my embossing. I'm not going to put it on my desk because it's really going to wobble, so give me 2 seconds. Okay. How cool is that? I love an embossing folder, just gives it so much texture. I love it. Okay, so with that, I am going to use my blending brush. It should have a bit of brown still on it. I think I might just use a bit of crumb cake. I'm just going to go around the edge. All the way around the edge, just to make it look a little bit worn and weathered and spooky looking. Like so. That's cool. Really shows up the embossing folder as well. pop that away. And then I've got, this is my Wink of Stella. I don't actually know if it's, I don't know, it's just sort of a black glitter. So I'm just going to flick some glitter on. Like that. And we'll leave that to dry just for a minute. So I pop that over there. Okay, so now I've got this little shape here. So this is the die, and that is from, yes, this is from the Stampin' Up! Scary Silhouette dies. So I just thought that would be a pretty good shape for it. So I've cut that out just using just a white card base. And again, I'm going to get my smoky slate out. I'm not really sure where this spider webs come from, but I mean, a lot of Halloween stamp sets have got some sort of spider web stamp in them. I think I've got a couple different ones, but this one I like. And I'm just going to pop one up in the corner there. And I'm going to do one there as well. Get rid of that. And then again, I'm going to use my blending tool. And I'm just going to go around the edge. Just to give it a bit of a weathered look, I suppose. Sorry if my camera's wobbling. My table's not very sturdy. Would have thought I fixed it by now, but I haven't. Okay. Then I have, this one is Parakeet Party. Oh, I like this one. This is a Stampin' Up! Pen, and I'm just going to flick some green. On there. So we'll pop that aside. And then we have to make our little birdie up. So I've cut the body out of black. And then you have to cut the black out to go underneath the white. We've got his little top hat. We've got his little beak. I've done this in like a dark grey. And then with his feather, I've cut out in a glitter black. And we've got his feet. They are in, I don't really know what, I don't know where that's come from actually. It's more of a yellowy orange. I've got his little monocle. I've cut that in grey. And then we've got the little bit that goes on his hat and his bow tie in orange. So we're just going to pop those together. So we'll start with his beak. Yep, we'll put a little bit too much on there. That comes out really quick. And that just goes behind. Oh dear me. There's his little beak. And then we've got his little wings there. Pop a little bit of glue on there. It's all got little grooves where you have to pop them on, so you can't go wrong. There's his little wings. And then you've got these two little bits here for his feet. So we just pop those on. Bit glue leaking everywhere. So they line up nicely like that. And then we've got his little hat. And again, you've got the little bit on there. You can tell where everything has to go. They're so bloody tiny. I have to use my little tweezers. So we'll pop a bit on there. Line that up. It's very cute. I've done a little project with day 3 as well. I'm not having a look at any of them. I'm just sort of doing it as I go along. But I've done more of a 3D project with day 3. And then I want to do something with like, I don't want that's me chatting away. And then we're going to pop his hat on and his little monocle. Yeah, I'd like to do something at the end with all of the dies. Maybe like a big card, big 3D card. So we pop his monocle on there. You do get like an extra bit. Go that way. No, I'm not actually sure where that goes. So it just sits on. So I'm gonna colour that bit. So we'll pop his hat on. Just gonna pop a little bit of glue just on the top there, and we'll pop his little hat on. And that just sits there. That's really cute. And then with that bit, I'm just gonna colour that. And then we can add that. Add that bit there. Like that. Bloody glue. They're so tiny, these bits. I need a glue bottle with a very, very fine tip on it. And then we've got our little orange bow. And then that is just going to sit there. Like that. And that's our little birdie. And then you've got your black and your white piece. So we're going to pop a little bit of glue on there. For our skull. I do love a skull. What did I come? Oh, we went Halloween shopping. We try and do it every year, and this time we went to Lakeside Home Sense. Oh, I could have spent an absolute fortune in there. I didn't. I could have done, but I come back with some fabulous pieces. So with this, he then sits on here. And I'm just going to pop him sitting on our skull. So he's all done. So then with this, I'm going to pop everything up on some dimensionals that I have. Pop a few on there. I actually found a really nice picture that my sister spotted, because me and my sister are a bit nuts on Halloween. It's absolutely fabulous. It's like an old creepy house, but it's got so much texture to it. It's fabulous. So that's up in my lounge now, much to my my husband. Yeah, doesn't share my passion for Halloween. What else did I get? I've got this really like retro vintagey looking pumpkin. He's really cool. He's got a really cool face. And then I got a few other bits. It was just fabulous this year. Really good. And all the blankets. Oh, I could have gone mad with the blankets. Just so lovely. Okay, so we're going to pop the orange onto our grey base. Making sure that's right place. Like that. And then we're going to pop our white onto our orange base. Trying to do this, what am I at, 15? Took absolutely ages to upload my last video to bloody YouTube. Absolutely ages. Okay, so we'll pop that on there. Then we've got our little white piece. I find these bloody the backs of the dimensionals as well. I find them everywhere. So we're going to pop that. So we've got a bit of a space for our wording, sentiment, sorry. And then we'll pop our bird on. Get rid of all these back pieces. Okay, so we'll pop him on. So he will sit about there. Very cute. And then I have a piece of white cardstock. I'm going to use some tuxedo black ink, and I am using the sentiment that they put actually with the die set, wishing you a mysterious Halloween night, which is obviously this one here. Brilliant. I can't wait to use them all. So we're going to ink that up. Right. Yep, that's not bad. And then I'm going to cut that out. So on here, I've literally just cut it out, just square, just around the wording. So I'll have that bit there. It's a shame there isn't dies to go with the words. Be a lot easier to cut out then. I'll just be lazy now. Get rid of those. That's a bit wonky, see what I mean? I'll get rid of that bit. Yeah, I'll get rid of that bit as well. Okay. And then I'm going to pop that up on some dimensionals as well. I'll pop a few on there. Let's do another one there. Right, we'll pop this on our card. Get rid of those. And we're just going to pop that underneath our little birdie. Like that. And then I have some, you get some sequins as well. So I'm going to pop some orange sequins on. Oh, see what I mean? They just stick to you. So we'll have a big one there. And then we'll have a little one there. And let's have one there. Oh, wrong lid. Like that, and we'll have a little one. just there. So that's our little card for day. Oh, that's just pinged off. Didn't give that long enough, did I? There we are. Right, that's our card for day number 2. I did also make, it's really dark. It's quite bright outside today. I did also make that one as well. I thought he was quite cute. Again, I've just used another little border. I've used a stencil and I've used an embossing folder on that one. And then I've just put a little bit of sort of twine underneath. So there's our cards for day 2. Hopefully I'll be back next Sunday with day 3. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.